A gente parece mais humana. Here.
Hello.
Hi. How are you all? Thank you for being here.
Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Does this annoy you? It kind of annoys me.
Kind of
And I
nice
was
me too.
wondering, yeah, if maybe I should just don't. Because
You should just not.
yeah.
Like, I changed mine as also today.
God, my
I
water
left my
is so
messenger.
hot. Because everything is so
Yes
hot
and
here,
yes.
so.
Amazing.
Hello. Awesome. So glad to see you all. Well, not see you.
To have you all here
I
with
kind of
us.
see you, but
Yeah.
it's more like your energetic bodies. Hello, Corey.
I want to thank you for always sending us reminders. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We are the
Because-
kind of people who need
Yeah,
reminders.
I was gonna say that. We need them, so we figured that we should probably let people know ahead of time that we're doing this.
Yeah.
Because you know how it is. So how are you guys doing? Always great being amongst you.
Another cool drawing. Oh yeah. This is from Mary Magdalene. And it was the drawing of the month of August for the tier 8
Yes.
patrons. Yeah.
So beautiful. It kind of, now that I'm looking in here through this perspective, it looks like a yoni.
That's true. And it's called the blooming of the interior garden.
Eva, Eva,
What did you say?
I almost missed it playing Candy Crush with Yeshua. How was it? Is he helping you? I was telling Flavia today because we were looking for a lipstick that I had no idea where it was. And then Yeshua just comes forward and he shows me. He's like, that's there. And then I just, my eyes just go there and he goes like, there you go. He's the best being to help you find stuff. All right. So winning. See, I tell you. Hello, Bruna. Thank you for being here.
Hey.
That's another sister.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are here for our Ask Us Anything of the month. We don't have a theme this month. In fact, I think that we kind of have a theme for September, and it's flow and chill. And how was it that you said? You said something that was interesting that I think that St. Francis came forward to.
Well, I know that I said.
You said something very interesting regarding the month,
Yeah. I can find it pretty quick. Just a second.
If you want to read it. It's a good day when Yeshua knows where your lipstick is. Yes. He's always helping me find stuff because I'm always losing them. And I get so frustrated looking for them that I cannot see them anywhere. So he shows them to me. And I'm so thankful because it's really, really like a miracle. It's kind of funny. Why would one ever ask Yeshua to help them find stuff, right? I think most of us do sometimes because, oh my God, help me. Or I don't know. We have some, like a saint in Brazil that we call is São Longuinho, right?
Is it São Longuinho?
How do you call it?
How do you call it? I call Salonguinho.
Sa is not saint.
I know.
In any language, I guess. São Longuinho.
São Longuinho.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not like the best person to ask about this anyway. I had a weird experience today that I'm trying to process. I was in our hospital chapel meditation, and there was a pastor in there. He asked if he could pray for me, and I said, sure. I think you are typing, Corey. And then he started to speak like language to me. I instantly knew it was like language. Yeah, a lot of people speak light language in churches, and they call it speaking in tongues, but they are just accessing some part of themselves that speaks like light language. It's very, very common, I think.
Yeah. What I found here was the description I gave um, of what I couldn't find the word for the feeling or for
The
the
feeling
thing.
of the month.
Yeah,
I say
but
like,
I described it.
okay.
Is that what you want me to read?
Yes.
Oh God. Okay.
That's Flavia all the time, by the way.
Yeah. So
She doesn't even know where she's channeling Saint Francis most of the time, because he's like a fractal of her. And when he comes forward, I just know instantly, because that's how he
Yeah.
speaks.
So
You
I
guys will see a
tried.
little bit of that.
I tried to
guess, this
describe the feeling. So I said it's like when you're drinking a hot chocolate in front of the fireplace, sitting on the carpet, surrounded by your favorite people, and just feel so loved. So
yeah, that's the theme of the month.
yeah.
Here comes Bruna to save the day as usual. Saint
Longinus.
Longinus. I don't know. Thank you very much.
That's the one.
It's very fast.
Yeah. Give him 3 jumps and
yeah, and he helps you find stuff. My Saint Longinus, I don't know how to say that, is Yeshua. So maybe it even is him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a question up
From
there.
Eva?
Let's start going through questions.
Where?
No.
Because I was
From
looking for
Petra.
Okay. Can you tell me what Christ consciousness beings are with me and how to connect to them?
It's kind of difficult to discern. I think I kind of answer that every single time. I say that every time that we do this. It's kind of difficult to connect with your energy in particularly in particular, to know exactly what your guides are and what your fractals are, or however you want to call them, the Christ consciousness beings that are with you, because there are just so many people here and I can see everyone, I can feel everyone. So I'm pretty sure that if you're here, Yeshua is one of them, Jesus is one of them, and Mary Magdalene for sure as well. But to answer that in more extensive ways, I would have to sit with you, to really dive in and to fully connect with your energy, so I can give you a better answer. And you can connect with them. Yeshua is saying that you can connect with them just by breathing and being aware of your breath. And they show themselves a lot through sensations on the body sometimes, and it's heat, it's like you are under the sun, so you know that they're there, but you are never disconnected from them. That's the thing. There's nothing that you need to do to connect with them. You just need to be aware of your connection with them. So how does this connection express through you and through your life and through your reality, and just being aware of those points and things that they do and they say, or feelings that come to you, or thoughts, or intuition, you are always connected with them. So you just need to be aware of how they are expressing through your reality.
Yeah.
That was for Petra, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Petra Castles. Very cool name.
Yeah. The Corey one you read already?
Yes.
Okay.
You were looking through stuff.
Yeah. And this, I thought I was in the flow, manifested a loving message and flowers out of nowhere. And then 3 days later, a marriage proposal, but not from someone I love. What is it with my flow?
Yasha is saying that we are always manifesting a lot of things that, well, we are always manifesting everything in our reality all the time. And the more we are open to that flow, the more things will come to you. And sometimes you will not want them. And it's okay. Because in this body, you have the option to choose. That's why we came to Earth, right? Because we have this ability to have free will and to create as the gods that we are in a body. So yeah, he's distracting me so much, and Flavia is doing his hands right now. So getting possuída pelo ritmo reggaeton de Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry. I love that, Flavia.
Yeah.
See? And we have a channeling with St. Francis of Assisi this month. I don't remember the date, but maybe we could open it.
We can open
to see the schedule so we can give proper
information
to people. We're gonna have a channeling with St. Francis, and he is such a loving being.
Yeah.
He is.
He's very funny as well.
Yeah, if I could describe him with a sentence like you did, that would be the sentence.
Yeah.
He's like a warm hug of pure acceptance and love, and he's a very, very good teacher, very Christ consciousness.
25th.
The 25th? Good. So yeah, we have a channel with him. So we had an hour convo about what light language is, and I showed him YouTube video of it, and he was mind blown. Yeah, probably he didn't even know that he was speaking light language.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating. See, Corey, you're doing some work out there, sister, awakening people and helping people understand their own journeys. So kudos to you for that.
Mm-hmm. I got a letter in my mail. I was very fearful. I'm not sure if it is an amount I owe or money for me. It is $2,860. I'm just not sure if it's positive or negative. Does anyone have a message for me?
I have Hillel in Yeshua, and Yeshua is talking, and he's saying that that's your power of discernment that is coming to you. You can choose if you want to call it positive or call it negative, because in truth, everything that comes to you, everything that is manifested, God itself, the universe, whatever you want to call it, it is neutral at all times. We are the ones that give things meaning, and we can choose the meaning that we give them, and that's the power of being a conscious creator in this environment that is Earth. So you can choose. Do you want to see it as positive, or do you want to see it as negative? And Yeshua is saying, I can guarantee you that nothing is negative, because in truth, everything is just neutral always. So if you want to approach it with a good, with a more loving perspective, what would you see it as? How do you see it like? I don't know how to pronounce that in English clearly. I think you understand what I mean. So what do you choose to see in that? And even if it is, for example, something that you owe, you can still choose to see love in that, and to see as your higher self or God within you working and giving you other experiences. I think that's all for now before I start getting a tangent with Yeshua, and we've been talking about this for 40 minutes.
Hi, Jeannie.
Hello.
If we are all one, then are we all not fractals of everyone, like Yeshua, Mary, St. Francis, etc., etc.?
Yes, because everything is one always. But we choose names, and we choose labels, and we choose, meanings, because it helps us understand ourselves better. That's how I see it, at least. So whatever serves us in our moment, in our experiences, we should use it. So if understanding better, of course, that Yeshua is one with Mary and with St. Francis and with us. And if we believe that we are all this consciousness that, is always present within all of us, we are all within God. We are not separated from it, or source, or however you call it. We are one, and we all have those fractals, and we all can access those fractals. But I think that when we choose a body on Earth, sometimes we have little plans or things that we wanted to do, places that we wanted to go, things like we call them missions, or I don't know, there's other names for this, like my purpose and all of that.
Mhm.
So we choose to be more aligned with those individualities, because of whatever it is that we came here to do. We came here. It's not like we went from a place to another. You see, we choose those terminologies just to help us understand, because the brain cannot always compute stuff, So that's what Yeshua has been explaining fractals to me for a while now, and I figure that a lot of people have questions regarding that. And Flavia and I, we even thought about having a class
Mhm.
about fractals, if you guys wanted, so we can go deeper. We can invite Yeshua to come and to answer our questions, or whoever wants to come. What do you guys think about it?
Yeah.
If you want, we can do that.
I just thought of something.
Mm.
We are like, sometimes I regret after I start speaking, but I already have started.
Now
So
you are doing
it's,
it already.
it's like we are a soccer ball, and you can see it from, if you see it from the outside, it all of the, it's hexagons. I don't know if
I
it's
don't know.
pronouncing the name correct. The
Shape?
the shape outside of it, they are all the same. Maybe they have different colors or whatever, but they are all kind of connected in a way, side by side, and they all have their individuality. But if you look inside, they all share the same air, and they are all from the same structure and foundation. So that's a representation of one is, again, yeah, hexagons. Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct still, but that's what came to me.
Hexagons. I'm
Hexagons,
sorry.
I have no idea. That's what came to me while you were
Yeah.
explaining it. So to the core,
There
we
are
are the
so
same,
many ways
and
to.
we express our individualities in different ways.
Yeah, doesn't mean that we are separated.
No.
But I think we should, maybe next month, we can do this about fractals, and we can focus on answering those things, because for me, I think it's very fascinating, and it really does serve, and it helped me so much understanding which fractals I had that were more present with me in this lifetime and through this period of time where I'm living now, so I could integrate them better, and everything in my life got better because I just understood myself better, and I learned to love myself with those labels, that we ended up carrying, when we decide to choose a body. So it helped me a lot to connect with myself, with my purpose, to know which fractals that I hold. So maybe it will help you too, but maybe you will not align with it at all because you see everything as one, But for me, it was a step to help me understand everything better, understand myself better. So I think that it's a matter of discerning if it serves or not. But I think for me, it's very fascinating.
What is next on my twin flame journey?
What?
From Eva.
Oh, Yasha is saying that it can be whatever you want it to be, because you are having so many examples of fast manifestation. And he's saying you are in a constant battle with your mind and your heart, and feeling guilty for what you want. So when you align that and when you forgive that, you will manifest exactly what is the highest and best for you, because your higher self always knows what is the best for you, and everything that is always happening is the best for you. We just need to understand it. We just need to change that perspective, that things happen to us and that they are negative. Everything is for your development, everything is for your growth, and everything was chosen by you before you came here. So you can see those perspectives and see all of the things that you can choose from, and align everything in you, your mind, your heart, your emotions, your thoughts, to that one thing that you really want, and it will manifest. And it doesn't even need to, he's expanding and he's saying that it doesn't even need to be something specific, for example a person or a kind of relationship. It can be just happiness or joy. If you want to manifest that, and let go of all the expectations that you created. Or he's saying like everyone, it's like an answer for everyone. So everything that we created, all of these expectations, we think about those role models or those perfect relationships as we see Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and we want that. So he's saying, why don't you just focus on that feeling, and just allow the flow to come and accept it, and he's saying your heart will know what is the right thing for you, not your mind, because the mind is not the master, the heart is. So we are always manifesting realities all the time, in many dimensions and many parallel existences all the time, because we are infinite always. There's no limitation to us and our power. So the next thing in your twin flame journey can be whatever you want. You just need to decide and agree, like you need to get an agreement with your mind and your heart into what it is that you actually want. Do you want something in specific, or do you want like happiness? Do you want like fulfillment and unconditional love? And he's saying that changes everything, because once you are opened to the possibilities that the universe has to offer you, everything just falls into place. But when we focus on only one thing, that's when we start getting frustrated, because maybe the plan wasn't that, and your higher self is trying to diverge you and send you to the place where you wanted to be, if it makes sense. Because I've been talking a lot, and Yeshua's been talking a lot, and I go out sometimes. Get out.
Great idea, class on fractals.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. In Claire Hartsong's book, Anna, the Voice of the Magdalenas, she talks about 3 different Marys. Which of these Marys comes from forth in your channelings as Mary Magdalene? Or is it all one, or is it all of them? All of them?
There are so many answers to this question, but we'll say that first it's all of them, or it's like a mix of all of them. And a lot of the times it is like the collective of the Magdalenas. But when it's Mary Magdalene in specific, it is a specific representation of her that not always was called Mary Magdalene. It can get so confusing. Here we go. Because as time on earth seems linear to us, Yeshua is trying to help us understand, seems linear to us, we tend to get attached to those images of, and those labels and those names and those beings that are in alignment with our own experience with that timeline. But we'll say that there are many timelines, and there are also many representations of whatever happened with Yeshua, for example, because he is so famous and so many people were there in that lifetime, and they experienced that, and they saw those. For example, she mentions that's one of the questions that we had on Patreon, that he was married to 2 Marys, and that triggers a lot of people because we see them as being that perfect couple. So when we see someone else saying that he was married to another woman, it doesn't make any sense to us, because there are different timelines, first of all, and things that happen differently. Dolores Cannon was the one that helped me understand it a lot, because she says that every time, for example, if you have the option, I need an example. Where's your...
My word.
You see, I have makeup. I can use the highlighter or I can use the bronzer. If I choose one, I change timelines, but another me chose this one. So everything that you do in your life, everything is always happening. So all the vertents, all the dimensions, everything is happening at the same time. You are holding this consciousness in this body, and so you will not get so confused. We focus on one experience, but in truth, every time that you can choose something, the littlest thing possible, you are leaving both or all of the other options always. Does it make sense?
For me, it does.
So there are many representations, there are many experiences from that same Yeshua. But what happened with Yeshua, for example, or Mary Magdalene or Mother Mary, for example, is that they could travel through those dimensions. It happens with a lot of other people that they are here right now. For example, I can do a little bit of that, but it gets tiring and I'm not always interested. But I can see those, not for myself, but for clients, sometimes I can see all of those doors. I call them doors. And it's like I see all of those doors, and the doors always go to the same place, because it's God, and everything is going to love. There's no other option. Love is the only thing that is real. But I see all of those doors, and a piece of you will always be in all of those doors, but your consciousness will go through one. So with Yeshua, he could visit all of those experiences, because he was so opened that he could come and go, and he could bilocate, and he could, even manifest himself in another place, and people will see him and all that. And that goes with time as well. So he could travel through time. And that's a little bit of how it happened. So coming back to how he represents in our reality right now, for example, Claire Hartsong, she's connected, or whatever it is that she brought that to the collective right now. She's aligned with that version of Yeshua that married with two Marys, and that lived that in that specific timeline. I 5 months ago aligned with a different timeline than that. Now I can see many of them. There are so many. I can see myself as his daughter at least in 4 to 7 timelines, and things different happened. And I can see myself as being all of them, because I can connect with that part of me that had been there in all those timelines, so her version is not wrong, we'll say, or my version is not wrong, or whoever's version is not wrong, because there is no wrong. Because if there was a choice and someone thought about it, because God thinks and God creates, that exists. Does it make sense? Did I answer? I don't think so. So which one comes through me? It varies. But mostly that one being that I remember, the feeling that I have with Mary Magdalene, for example, is that motherly love, and because that was what she was for me in that lifetime. So I always connect with that. So I connect more with like her higher self than her fractals on earth, who is saying, and like the whole thing that she is and she represented in all those timelines. So that's how I see, that's how I feel her, because it comes through a filter. If anyone is doing this and bringing them, it often comes through that filter, because we are in a human body, and you cannot not be in a body if you are quote unquote alive on this earth right now. I don't know if I'm being, let me know if you guys, what you guys think about it, and that's how I've been learning about it. Because as I think it was Ludmila that said that she got triggered when I learned about it, I got triggered as well, because I had an image, like this beautiful I don't know, thing that I created about them, that I saw them like that. But it was because I was so focused on only one of those timelines, because that's what served me in the moment. So as I learned not to judge myself for being aligned with one or two, or I don't know how many timelines, it helped me not carry that frustration anymore. So my advice would be, just do whatever is serving you right now. If thinking about those other Marys, for example, just make you feel angry or whatever, you can just not think about it. For example, don't try to fit in, because all of those things related to dimensions and timelines, it gets so confusing. But it doesn't mean that your version is wrong, and it doesn't mean that that other version is wrong either. It's just different, and you are aligned with something different. So I think that actually my advice is, why is it that you are aligned with this, and what can you do to expand, and to be more accepting of yourself with that version, and how can you love yourself more with that version that comes to you, with whatever it is that you align with, and work with those things that feel good and feel loving instead of not, because the more you work with you with that, the easier it will be to accept and to forgive and to have compassion for others, and other people's truths. Okay.
Yeah, she's very present today.
Yeah, he talks a lot. We have a lot of Yeshua this month.
Yeah. When we are choosing the next human life we want to live, are we able to choose the time period as well? Like go backwards into an older era or to pick a future one?
Yes, Yeshua is saying that yes, because time is not linear.
Yeah.
So you can,
It is all happening at the same time.
Yeah, it is already happening. You are already there.
Yes.
But we can connect, it's like the same thing. We can connect to those pieces of us that are all throughout history, since time was and forever, because we are God. If you align with one of those lives, it's because it's serving you right now. It's because it has something to offer to you right now. So, yeah.
Not good. Oh, God.
Let's see what people have been saying about
Okay.
me talking like a crazy person as usual.
Makes perfect sense. It makes sense. Very good explanation, Annie.
Okay. Well, I don't think I can take a lot of credit because it's Yeshua. Thank you.
I got a little lost. Let's see.
Okay, that's
I
here.
found it.
Yeah. Like the analogy, Flavia, with the football. I think it's a soccer ball.
It's a soccer ball. Yeah, well, if
I think
we
you
are
said
talking
soccer
about,
ball, I'm talking
I said
about,
soccer, but
yeah.
if it's in England, it's
Yeah.
football ball. Yeshua, I read part of your love story with Mary Magdalene in the book Love, and it mapped to an outward soul. What is the purpose of a dynamic twin flame relationship? Dharmic, sorry. God, I super need my glasses.
Yeah, I don't know why you're not
Yeah.
using them. Do you have them here?
Yes,
Okay.
but I don't want to put them on.
Why not?
Oh. Next time I need to read something, I put it on.
Dharmic twin flame relationship. He's saying it's the purpose of expansion and co-creation. He's not expanding on that. Maybe he wants to talk about it on our channeling, because it will be a trans channeling, so you see how much he really talks.
Oh, yes. Okay. I've worked on myself lots, but find myself in repeated negative patterns at work. Does anyone have an answer for me on how to move out of this cycle and what lesson I'm meant to learn?
Yeah, so he's saying it's just a matter of changing your perspective and finding what is the cause, where he is saying something specific to you, and it is, where is it that you feel powerless? Because that's the trigger for you, he's saying. So whatever it is that makes you feel powerless at work gives you that annoyance or the feeling of being frustrated or angry, and he's saying finding what it is that makes you feel disempowered, and also understanding that it's okay to feel any feelings. Don't be hard on yourself for being angry, for example, or for being frustrated. If you are in a human body and you have the ability to feel, you should. That's why you're here. So don't judge yourself for the feelings, and then see how this is helping you and how this is serving you. And if the answer is it's not serving anymore, you can just let go of that that pain point. If you can go back and understand what it is, because you are always powerful, and you can always do something to change your reality if it's not serving you.
Yes. Eva is going to bed.
Good night, Eva.
I
change all the time.
I'm gonna get used to saying Eva. Is there any movie or TV show that has ever explained a dimension? I'm such a visual learner.
I can think about it later, because I've been watching a lot of them throughout my...
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, it really. But you have to watch all of the other ones so you can understand what's going on.
Yeah, but they do this. They go back in time and they are doing this different dimension
Yeah,
of things.
she needs to watch the other
Yeah.
things.
Well, this is what
I don't know if maybe you already did.
Yeah.
But I don't think it explains it a lot. It's so fast.
It represents
the way the hook,
it, but it does not explain
explains
it.
and I'll think about it
Yeah.
and I'll get back at you because I know that I've been, for example, Interstellar. Yesha is saying, he's helping.
That's a great
do
one.
that. Watch that one. I have to watch it again because it's been a while since I
love
watched
this
it,
movie.
but I've watched it so many times. Anyways, it's a very good one. But I'll think about it and we can share it with others as well.
Bellissima. Is that what is written? I don't know. Yeah.
It's okay. You look cute with the glasses. The best thing is you can see.
It's not making that much of a difference. That's why I'm not understanding.
Yeah, I'm having
it.
a hard time those days
what's
too.
happening.
I don't know. I blame it on the heat all the time. Whatever it is that it's happening with me, it's just because it's too hot.
Yeah.
Let's see what people
watch the OA. It's one way of showing the timeline jumping.
Yes,
the
OA as well.
OA
is definitely a great show. Travelers in Another Great One about different timelines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that one yet. A little bit. I think that Stranger Things, it explores a little bit about other dimensions as well. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
You can watch with the kids.
Hello, my dear friend. We've missed you. Yay!
Hello,
Thank you for
Maria.
joining us.
Well, Leonor.
Yeah.
I think that's the preferred. Thank you for being here.
Scrolling down fast. Thank you for guidance. It's the government actually hiding evidence of extraterrestrials that have crashed on Earth. Are they doing any secret research on it?
Yesha is saying, well, how can the government hide you? You are the extraterrestrials. So, yeah. But he's saying that it will be disclosed in a close future, as we call all of those things, and we'll have more contact. But people that are aligned with it will. It's like everything else. Honestly, I would give one example, but everything is just a matter of our alignment. So if we are aligned with this, I would kind of like to see that, that disclosure and people like, oh, yay, we have extraterrestrials. But if you think about it, the collective needs a little growing, so it doesn't go into fear and so people don't go just crazy, So.
Yeah, because it's still the current reaction of the collective to something different is violence.
Yeah, what if they start bombarding the Pleiadians?
Why?
So the Pleiadians just get quiet, It's like, I don't think you're ready. But in some timeline it is.
Yeah. Put glasses on, Flavia, they look cool.
Yeah.
Let's see if it helps. Yeshua, will I meet my divine partner, soulmate, this year, or am I supposed to live in confinement to evolve?
He's first mentioning the confinement, and he's saying that he is saying it's a no for that, because you can explore and enjoy life and experiment. He's saying being open to life is the best thing you could do right now. So I think that's all he's answering right now about that. It's just being open to whatever comes and not just neglecting things, and having fun while you're doing this. Avengers Rock. Yes, I love it so much. I can't count how many times I've watched it and I cry every time.
Doctor Who. Oh, I haven't seen Doctor Who.
Yeah, me neither, but he does. I know that.
Yeah, there's the police
I think he travels in
right?
time.
Something like that.
The next one is a she, though.
What?
Doctor Who, it's a woman this time.
Oh, yeah?
The next season, yeah.
Awesome. Anya, I love your playfulness. That's Yeshua too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Inception is a good one too. I think you told me.
Yes, Inception is a good one too. The way that it the way that it ends, I love it.
Yeah. With the glasses, you look like a Sima, so keep wearing them. I was just talking about her while I do my eyeliner because,
She has a
this
perfect
flawless eyeliner. That's a huge compliment. Thank you, David. Could you explain the Mandela effect?
I think the next one we should go to a Patreon one before we
Okay.
run out of time and we don't
Yeah.
see them. I forgot.
Yeah, I got them open.
Yeshua is like, oh, how can I explain it in a way that we are not going to spend 30 minutes talking about it? He's saying it's basically the same thing that he answered. He's saying that maybe you were not here, Leonor, when he was talking about the different dimensions regarding his lifetime. He's saying that that's how the Mandela effect happens. It's because we end up getting aligned with different dimensions and timelines or all of that in this consciousness. And if the collective is strongly aligned with something, it will most likely reflect on your reality one way or another. But if you are aligned with something else completely, you can see those different things. So that's how the Mandela effect happens, he's saying. But if you want to go back to when he answers something about the voice of the Magdalenas, it's very much related to that.
Let's take a question here from Patreon, from Ludmila. I was wondering if Yeshua and Hillel are two sides of the same coin. Is this also the case for Mary Magdalene and Lilith?
I think the way that I see Hillel and being the side of the other side of the coin for me is Archangel Michael, but he will be like Yeshua's brother. You see, like twin brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I see them being very connected. I know that
I always see them together.
Yes, I see them together all the time. And Yeshua is one of Hillel's representations in a body. I think that's a better way for me to understand their connection. He was one of Hillel's incarnations. It's easier for me to see like that.
Yeah.
And Mary Magdalene, the same with Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
She holds a very strong fractal of Lilith, and I love when she comes through that fire element in her because she makes me have goosebumps because she's so confident. She's like, I am the goddess, and she shows you, it's like, you are too because I'm in you. And then she comes with that overflowing acceptance, that it rocks you and you go, oh, I'm God, and it's so good to work with her when she's expressing that Lilith in her. I love it. Miss you too, Elizabeth.
Yay.
I hope everything is great with the moving
stuff. From Suna, she asks, what is the purpose of the tiny fruit flies?
Yeah, she's like, you created them. He said that it's the same as you. It's love. Everything. The whole purpose of life is love.
Yeah.
Diversity as well, he's saying.
I believe I created manifested a new position. That is now offered at my hospital. I've applied for it, of course. What does Yeshua say about my beliefs of manifesting it?
He's saying, he's trying to give me not like an analogy, but I'm not understanding because he's trying to show me a boat or something like that, and I don't know how to navigate those. So he's changing it. So he's saying, you've done everything that you were supposed to do. So he's saying, just let go. It's there already. So just let the word in Portuguese is inertia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say that in English. So just let that, the flow, happen now. Don't be overthinking it. Because if it's aligned, it's for sure going to
inertia.
Yeah, the inertia, So he's saying that's why I'm the worst with physics, and he's trying to give me an analogy, and I can't compute it. So just let that be now, and he's just smiling and being like proud of you.
Yeah, she continued saying that they created one position, and after
He's saying
20
that if
years.
it's the best for you in your development now, and your for your growth, it's going to happen for sure. It's like whatever you did to manifest that, you've done everything that you could, and now it's on your higher self's hand. So you should just let go and don't be overthinking it, because that's when we start getting a little frustrated and all that. So
Yeah.
we would love to know though how it goes.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, the question that you posted for us on Patreon, we were talking about it earlier, and Yeshua wants to answer.
Yeah, I think he wants to
Yeah.
answer. It's about the equinox and how it reflects on our reality, and I think that he wants to answer that like himself as he comes through me next time
During the
for
channeling?
a trance channeling. It's on the 16th, so I think he will answer that with more detail there.
Yes.
But let me just see. Yeah, it's because a lot of us, like in those changes of Mother Nature, the moon and Earth, like the equinox and everything is changing on those weeks that are coming to the equinox. Um, we already start receiving those codes of awakening, of transmutation, of downloads, and all of that. And so many of us, like workers, we choose to experience that in the body. And so that's why you will get crazy things sometimes, like you get breakouts on your face, or your hair goes crazy or starts falling like crazy, or you gain or lose weight, and on those weeks before the equinox, some of us are the anchors. That's how he's showing it to me. So we are the ones that anchor that change on earth, and earth itself, and Gaia itself. So that's why it reflects on us sometimes. So let's see what he will say on the next time. However, I think it has to do with alchemy, and I think he just wants to go in more depth himself.
From Patreon, that's all. Any messages for my situation? From Elizabeth.
Yasha is saying, go with what your heart tells you, not the mind, not the ego, not any outside source, like friends, family, parents, partners. Don't go with any of that. Go with what your heart tells you, because there's no mistake there. There's no frustration there. There's no anger there. So go with that. If you have a choice, and he's saying, I guarantee you always do, choose love. That's what you came here to experience. You came here to have the option and to choose love every time, and to prove to yourself that you can choose love every time.
Totally agree, and I don't have enough fingers or toes to count how many times I have watched
I
Avengers.
watched the whole thing, like from the first Iron Man to the last Avengers in
It's just so
last
good.
month. It's just one of my favorite things ever.
What is Yeshua's relationship with Sri Guru Ravidas Ji, if any? I don't know what it is.
He's showing me fractals. It's like he's a fractal, Sri Guru Ravidas has a fractal of Yeshua, and he is present with him.
You both look awesome with your new look. Congrats. Thank you. Is it the first time we go live publicly?
I don't think. I don't know, but
set?
I think it's the first time that she comes. Thank you.
Is Sophia another name for Lilith?
Yes.
Any message for me? My name is Vilma.
I don't.
Wilma.
Wilhelma.
I don't know if I'm
Wilhelma. I'm so sorry.
pronouncing it right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I live in Portugal, but I'm Dutch.
Oh.
Awesome.
We live in Portugal too.
Yeah, and we just got a Dutch friend who arrived today to live here.
Let me see what Yeshua has to say. He's smiling. He did something with his hands. He does that a lot when he wants to send me energy from his heart. He does like this, like a triangle or something with his hands, or he does it like this, just to send that energy. So he's every time that he does that, I know that the person that he's sending it to, it's because he lives like in your heart, So he is a very strong guide for you, and he works with you all the time. Archangel Michael as well. So I think that that's the one, like the duo that is really working with you right now. It's Yeshua and Archangel Michael. And let me see if he has anything to say. He's saying your heart never lies. It's like I've said many, many times before. That goes to you and everyone else that aligns. If you have a question in the mind, go with that which feels loving. God always speaks of love, always teaches love, always feels, represents, and is love. And God is all. So, whatever it is that you have been calling negative about yourself, about others, about life, it's still God, because there is no separation but the ones that you create in your dream. And as anything within the dream of earth, you can always choose, because you are the God of it. You are the creator of it. So I would advise, and I'm very good in giving advice, on everyone here right now, that you start seeing everything as love, everything as God. That little thing that you don't like about yourself, that being in your physical body, that being in your attitude, that being in your emotions, anything at all. That thing that you don't like about yourself, it is still God manifesting through you. So what if we just decided, looking at it with the innocence of a child, what if those things that we call negative, we decide calling wonder? I guarantee that everything in your reality changes, and you will be aligned with that which is the truth of you always. You are a divine creator, and you create in the most beautiful environments. You create in the most union, because that's all there is. Everything else that seems or feels like is separate is just another manifestation of God trying to teach you a lesson, trying to help you expand, trying to serve you. So what if we all choose to see those little representations of that which we call negative as God nonetheless? He's saying, I think that that's my final message today. And I think that I would love to come back and talk more about this theme. He's saying, we can answer a few more questions. It's okay. I guess like the message that he wanted to give today was this one.
Dave just asking. Oh, yes, that's the next question, right?
Donna,
yes,
before.
Oh, I thought that I had answer this one. So how can we figure out what our relationships were with people in other lives, especially those that we feel a strong connection to that doesn't make sense?
I think that maybe Yeshua was this all the time, like a little um, off, you know. And every time that he comes really strongly and he really speaks, it takes me a while to turn back and to be human again,
Yeah.
you know. And so you said a lot of things,
And you
and I
didn't
was
hear-
not
yeah.
here. Nothing got in, you know.
Do you
I
want me
can
to-
read it back.
Okay.
It's okay. I think it's easier when I read sometimes. How we can figure out what our relationships with people in other lives were. I get it. He's saying, "Here I come again. You're gonna get all fuzzy again." Yeshua is saying that it's not always important to know. He's saying knowing with the mind not always really help us, you know? And I think that that's the feeling that he's giving me to you in a specific. He's saying, what if it's okay to don't know, and it's okay if it doesn't make sense? And he's saying that's the wonder I was talking about. And creating in wonder is very beautiful. So just allowing it to be and understanding that the connection is real, because every connection is. But if you want to remember, you can. There are many tools to do so. You can do meditations to that and to focus with that. You can ask Yeshua to take you. I've done that. Just go into meditation, you connect with him and his essence and ask him to take you, or your preferred spirit guide if it's someone else, or your guardian angel, whatever you call it. Ask them to take you, you know, like I would like to visit the lifetime in which I had a connection with so or so. Or if you have a quantum healing experience, you know, quantum alchemy experience, and you focus on that and trying to remember that, because sometimes it's just fun to know, you know, and sometimes we are so curious to know that it's good to get it out of the way, you know. That's me saying, you know, like for me, I like sometimes to just know, and they will not say no to you. Say, or, I mean, they want if it's not aligned, if it's not gonna serve you, your higher self will say that doesn't matter. She does, mine does it to me as well.
Yeah.
It's like, that's okay. You don't need to know that. I'm like, okay.
From David, is there any being that wants to work with me, but I'm not aware of them or accidentally ignore them?
I ask myself that sometimes as well. Like, is there anyone
Like
else
ignoring
that I'm
someone?
ignoring or I don't know the name of?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, because you were talking about Freya and Odin, and those are two. They're saying it's very Nordic, very aligned with some lifetime that you had up there with the Celtic people, that they are willing to work with you. And they honestly, they are just other representations of Lilith and Hillel. So that's what they're saying. It's like, well, we've been working with you and you are aware of us, but if you want to give us like new names, you can call us Odin and Freya.
David, we are so much the same person in two different bodies. You have no idea. Actually, you do. Love you too.
Thank you.
I think we lost. See, only love, be one being.
Yes. That's Yesha's message to me a lot, and he teaches me that all the time, like seeing only loving things, you know. And what helps me and what he does sometimes to clients as well is like, if you cannot see loving that, allow me to show you. And then you ask him to just show me, you know, if you are really angry at someone, or if you see something that looks, you know, absurd, and I don't know, you know, like that makes you very angry, something with earth, like for example, if I see someone, let's give an example. If I see someone hurting an animal, you know, like why, how, you know, I can't understand where is the love there. And then he allow me to show you, and then he shows me the person through his eyes, and you can feel only love and compassion, you know. It's a very, very good practice.
Does Saint Germain or Yeshua have a message for me?
I think they gave you a message already. The beginning of this, they're saying that, well, but we told you. It was Yeshua, by the way, or Jeshua.
I had the same question as David. I'm not aware of any beings who want to work with me.
Bridget.
Am I not aware?
Just came to me like
Yeah.
Bridget. Very, very strong. Is Hyan? Yeah.
Yes. That's so true, Flavia. See? Also, Odin and Freya make sense. I have always been fascinated with Nordic mythology, and I'm such a big fan of the show Vikings.
Awesome.
Yeah, gotta watch the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
who is that?
she is a goddess.
Yes.
She's adored in many, worshipped in many places. I know that she's worshipped in Ireland a lot, and she is one of the divine mothers, we'll say. She's a very strong being, a very, very, very fiery, but very like motherly as well. So just like a divine mother, very powerful. And yeah, she's saying that she will manifest in your life, and you will understand who it is. Let me see. She's trying to show me something. She shows me a lot of green, like trees, and rain. And she has some strong connection with Archangel Michael. And I see a sword as well. So maybe if you're going through anything that you want to cut cords with, maybe that's how she's manifesting for you. That's how I can cognize it right now. So do you guys have any other questions? If not, I think we'll just go
Wrap up.
Let's talk about the schedule of the month a little.
Yes.
Before we go. So we have, I think the first thing that we have now after this is the channeling with Yeshua. And it will be a trance channeling. He will be speaking through me. I love channeling him, and he was the one coming forward this month. Also because the past couple of months had been very, very busy, and my body needed a break. So I guess that the way that Yeshua had to give my body a break and still be able to serve you was having him coming, because he's so integrated in me that it's not hard at all. It's just like I'm going to sleep a little bit. He doesn't manifest in ways. For example, when I channeled Gandhi, I have those teeth just hurting so much for weeks before the channeling, and I'm like, what is happening? And it was because he has a different accent than I do. And he was using a different part of my mouth to talk. And maybe I was doing that in my sleep. I don't know. So I had that pain a lot. And then he told me that that's why. And he was like, sorry. So I guess that with Yeshua, he's just such a part of me and present all the time that my body is so used to him that it's not going to be hard at all. And it's been a while since we channeled him, and we wanted to do it again because first of all, we miss him. We love him so much. And I think that the way that he teaches really touches everyone, and he's very well known and all of that. So he wanted to come, but we also wanted to bring him. So he doesn't have a theme that he will be talking about. So you'll be free to ask him anything at all. If it happens that he doesn't want, or that he doesn't think that question will serve the collective, he'll tell you. He's going to just say, well, we'll leave that for another time, or he will just give you a short answer. But at least he hasn't come up with any theme yet. I think he wants to give a message about forgiveness in the end or something like that. But I told him that if he remembers, he can do it. So yeah.
This month is going to be so much of a cuddle that makes me think that October will be like rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just like, okay, chill now. you know,
I feel that
let me
and it's
cuddle
my
you.
birthday,
And
so
yeah.
I know that things are getting real in October. But yeah, I just so much.
Enjoy
I
now.
love. Yeah, I love
Yes.
bringing Yeshua. I love the way he teaches.
Yeah.
What's the next thing after that?
After the channeling, we have the class 6 on mastering the breath, part 2.
Yes, so Yeshua and Mary
Mhm.
Magdalene will be giving you a specific, he's saying that he will give you a specific practice to use the breath in sacred sexuality.
Yes.
So they will be more specific and they will talk more about sacred sexuality in specific. Then I've said specific like 4 times in the same sentence. The writer in me goes crazy with that. They just just focus on sacred sexuality and the alchemy of vices and horrors rather than just that more vast explanation that he gave about the breath.
Mhm.
Very excited about that though. It's
Yes.
gonna be fun.
Then we have the channeling with St. Francis.
Yes, which is gonna be awesome. It's
yeah.
also trans channeling.
Yes. Remaining in power as an empath.
Yes, that's something that he's been teaching me and talking to me about
Yes,
for a
correct.
while, St. Francis of Assisi. And because he was such a strong empath, and at some point, he wanted to just not only an empath, but a very sensitive being, you know, and they sent him to war, or I don't know, and he just let go of he just jumped off the horse. He
Yeah.
took off all of his clothes and he said, no,
Nope.
I'm done with this. I'm
Yeah.
not going to war for you. You know, so he stood in his power and he became that being that we know
Yes.
now. So I'm very excited to bring him forward to talk about this, because he's saying
Yeah.
that you can still love, you can still have compassion and stand in your power. And he's focusing on empaths, you know, and how difficult it is for us sometimes to have boundaries and how important boundaries are. So I think it's going to be fascinating. It's what day it is?
It is on the 25th.
The 25th?
Mhm.
Yes. So the 25th of this month, we have St. Francis, and he's so loving.
Yes.
He's one of, he has a fractal of one of Yeshua's kids, right? Johannes?
Yes, that's true.
So he's very connected with
I
Yeshua.
had
too.
forgotten about that. Yeah. The next thing is the goddess tips on crystals with Mary Magdalene
Yeah,
on
so
the
Mary
29th.
Magdalene, yeah, 29.
Yes.
Mary Magdalene is going to talk about crystals, and oh, guys.
Yeah. And we
I don't know
probably have
how-
our new crystals
yes.
with us.
I don't know
which is
how
exciting.
I will not let that class have like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I'll have to pre-channel stuff before, because I love talking about crystals and Mary Magdalene loves talking about crystals.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions on those, just get them ready, because that's going to be awesome on the 29th.
Mhm. Then we have the healing ceremony on the 30th.
Yes.
We working on the third eye with horrors.
Yep. So we are getting on the end of the chakras, right? We only have third eye this month and crown chakra next month, and this time is Horus, and he will be guiding the meditation and guiding the sound healing and the frequency healing that is going to be happening, and it will help us align everything, you know. So we had root chakra with Lilith last month, and now we have third eye. So it's just the way that they worked it, it's just perfect, you know, like doing that. And because it's very important to be grounded before you can open your third eye. So I'm very excited to know what people's experiences will be with that, because a lot of people had a lot of awesome experiences with the root chakra healing, and I'm crazy to see what's going to happen. And Horus is the perfect one to come, and he's been wanting to come for a while. I think that he will come for a channeling soon, because he's just fascinating.
And then that's it. And then we have the spiritual bonfire that will happen on the 20th and the 29th, which is pretty cool that we talk. The first one was awesome. Like we had a lot of fun.
It was so good. So for those who don't know, the spiritual bonfire is like a conference call that we have with other light workers from the group of those tiers and up. And we talk about life and how our month is going and how things are going in our daily experiences. It's a good place to just vent if you want and
Yeah.
just let everything out, and and having a safe space to experience your emotions is how Yeshua is putting it now. So, and having the support of others as well, so you don't feel alone in your journey, so you don't feel like you're the only person going through that. And I think that this is one of the best ideas that he's ever come up with. He was the spiritual bonfire, and we call it that because I remember having those bonfires in that lifetime with Yeshua, and we would sit around in a bonfire in the middle of the woods, and he would tell us stories about his trips, and we would share about things that we knew. And as we traveled a lot, there were always people that had other experiences, that had worked, for example, with herbs in different ways than the ways that we've been working. So we were always learning and sharing and just feeling one. And even if we did not speak the same language, we always understood each other, And he would sing a lot as well. So people would just start dancing and singing, and everyone would sing and dance. But Mary Magdalene was one as well that would always wow people with her voice and just singing and aligning everyone in oneness. So I think that that's why people could understand each other, even if they didn't speak the same language. It's because they just helped bringing everyone into oneness. So that's what we want to do with that spiritual bonfire. It's just that oneness, and knowing that you're not alone in any of this. So if you are interested, it's going to be awesome. And I love that you joined, Anya, by the way, because I can't wait to work with you on camera more, and for others to work with you as well, because you're such a gentle soul and have so much to share as well. Yes, Corey, I can't wait for that. It was really good. So happy to have you there too.
Let me just see if we skipped something. Heartfelt gratitude to you, Annie and Flavia. Thank you. Thank you so much, sweet ladies, and Jesus and Archangel Michael. Do you have to fast at all to help your energy, or is it recommended for us to?
I don't have to. It's very particular to me, maybe, because I wasn't aware that people do that before I started doing it. So, like trance channeling or just channeling them in general, like I'm doing now. So, I wasn't doing that. So, I think that I don't believe that I need to, so I don't need to, But if people believe that they need to, yes, it helps a lot. And it helps just having the body feeling lighter, But maybe I'm saying that I don't need that, in a way that I don't need that to have the connection. I don't need that to actually channel. But maybe if I did, I would feel more comfortable after or before. It doesn't often happen that I have something in the body recurring because of that. But maybe because I've been channeling so many beings that just are fractals of me, so I have them already, so they don't change anything in my body. But when I channel something different, like Gandhi, it changes something in me. So maybe if I fast, it would have helped, but I didn't even think about it. But I don't. And I don't know if you should. If you believe you should, just give it a try,
Yeah.
I don't feel good if I spend a lot of time without eating.
Yeah, me neither.
I have low blood pressure, so it doesn't help me. And with this heat, oh God.
Not eating just helps me when I'm about to sleep. So I stop eating at least 2 hours before I sleep.
No, for sure.
And it has helped a lot.
And sometimes I do like intermittent fasting, like I don't eat like before I sleep, and
for some
like
hours
12 to 16 hours, and it helps a lot as well. But that's just me. So, but lately I figured out that my body needs more food because my metabolism wasn't working very well because of past things that happened. So I've been trying to keep up with that. but I don't feel so much hungry anymore because when I'm channeling, I don't feel. It's like Yeshua. I don't think he ate a lot.
Yeah. Just so
when
many
I
berries.
bring them, yeah. So when I bring them, I end up wanting to eat things that they like to eat. They kind of mix with me sometimes. So, but I think it's very private to each person, and we figure it out along the way. We are just experiments. That's how Pamela told it to me. Oh, we need to mention her this. We're almost done and we didn't
we haven't
mention
talked about her yet.
Yeah.
Well, we have talked about her channeling with Johannes, which is the one.
Oh yeah.
That he talks about being a fractal of
We
reincarnation.
talk about
I don't
her
know.
every single time. So
every time.
if you guys don't know who Pamela Erling is, I would recommend
checking her out
on YouTube.
Yes,
Patreon,
everywhere,
because she's such a powerful mentor.
PamelaErling.com or just
Arling. That's how you like double A. Yeah.
Yes.
Arling. There's a lot of A's.
Yeah. It's just amazing things she does. I know they are all one and all tell us the same story, but Yeshua tells the story best for me. He's a great storyteller.
Yeah, we're not gonna tell the other ones.
So fun. Yeah, it's a secret.
I see Halo like,
what?
Really?
He's always fun though, always.
Yeah.
Annie, Flavia, Christos, and Mary Magdalene. What a class. Yes.
It's gonna be fun. Can't wait for that.
It's so amazing to talk and share our love. Yes.
What's funny, I thought there was gonna be a bonfire. Corey.
What?
What's funny, I really thought there was gonna be a bonfire.
Where's
we should try to do that sometime.
I'm gonna bring a bonfire next time.
Maybe we can.
Yeah. So it's share love.
It's a belief, Corey. Yeshua is saying everything is a belief. Yeah, I get a little crabby as well. Oh my God, Flavia gets. He gets like, it's not even like Lilith. It's way like Merlin. Like that level. It's not even like we'll say like I say that.
For me?
Yeah, when you don't eat. For example, I say that Saint Germain is grumpy, and then Halel is a little grumpier, and then Lilith is it's a lot grumpier, and then there's like Merlin that he is just like, know.
You will have a taste of him with Pamela this month.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that. It's gonna be awesome.
That's me hungry. Never let.
Oh my God, who doesn't know Pamela?
Right? Go check her out if you don't.
Okay, guys. So I think that's it for this month's
Ask Us Anything.
Ask Us Anything.
Flavia, you're like me. I turn into a different person without food. Yeah, I'm horrible.
And she does. Sometimes she doesn't realize that she's being a bitch because she's hungry, and I just tell her, please go eat.
Yeah.
And she's like, and she goes and
one
she
biting and
already she's dancing. Like that's the routine. She's like eating, and she just comes back. So that's the Flavia that I know.
Yeah. I was thinking about it last night because I was hungry and I was bitching around with myself. I was just, I knew I was bitching around. Yeah. And I was like, I need to stop letting food rule my life because that's not healthy.
Yeah. Just light a candle. That's a good idea. Oh, that makes a lot of sense because I was on a store yesterday and I heard Mary Magdalene telling me that I should buy candles, but I didn't have time because we had like a taxi driver waiting for us, and I'm like, I don't have time to do this right now. And she's like, okay, so buy it another time. So I guess they want us to use candles.
Yeah, we can find some awesome candles in Lisbon.
Yeah,
when you go there.
So yes, thank you all for being here. We love you very much. Thank you for supporting us and to keep on supporting us, whatever it is that we decide to do. We love you guys so much. It really means the world to us. So if you're not yet on our Patreon, because this is live on YouTube as well, you are welcome to join the family.
Yes. Patreon.com/lightworkers613. I almost said Pamela Erling.
No, not
so
this
use it too. Lightworker 613.
Yes, we have a really good range of prices that you can have all kinds of offerings from us. So yeah.
Yeah, we
By
love
the way,
what?
I meant to mention that before, not as we are saying goodbye, but the channeling with Pamela. I think we will schedule it for next month because of personal reasons. So I think it will be easier for the both of us if we leave it for October. So I think we will, instead of rescheduling the Lilith and Halel double trans channeling with Pamela for this month, we will do it next month. Maybe something like on my birthday, so we can have everyone just celebrating. I don't know. Okay. I wanted to just let people know about that. Brigadeiros. Yes.
Just so damn hot.
Like the weather?
I need to wait for the answer now.
What is hot?
What is so damn hot?
I think the day. Yeah. Because she's in Arizona.
Like, we are super hot.
I wish kidding. We had said goodbye before.
Yeah,
you
me
said
too.
I'm joking.
I was just noticing that this dress I'm on, it looks like a PJ on camera.
It's okay. Jesus. You see, you are your boss and you can wear PJs to work.
Yeah.
So
My when
birthday is on October the 13th.
Yeah.
Gonna be 27.
More candles, Yes. 27 candles.
Dude, can you imagine?
So old.
It's gonna look like we are having a sentence, or I don't know how to say that. Do you know, like a cultu or a cult or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's it.
So see you guys on the 16th.
Yes. Bye. Thank you. Love you all.